Hi everybody, so this is the page for explorers today. So we're looking at page 74 and we're learning about a lady called Mary Anning. Okay, so I just want to read through this. Okay, so Mary, and you can read it by yourself then afterwards when the video is over. Mary Anning was a famous fossil hunter. She lived in England over 200 years ago. Mary spent her time by the sea. When she was young, she looked for what she called curiosities. When she was older, she found out that these were actually fossils. Mary made many discoveries. When she was 12, she found the skull of a strange creature. It looked like a crocodile. It was an ancient creature called an ichthyosaur. Ichthyosaur, I think that's how you pronounce it. Mary became famous because of her discoveries. Scientists came to talk to her about her fossils and ask her for advice. So they were coming to her to ask her what she thought. And remember now, boys and girls, over 200 years ago, men had a lot more, we spoke about this in class, about how men had a lot more rights than women, and men wouldn't have really listened to the opinions of women back then. So it was huge for scientists, in particular male scientists, to be coming and asking this woman about her opinion and her advice on fossil hunting. So we can see a picture of her here. Okay, so you have that in your book as well. So she was a fossil hunter, so she was looking for fossils, and we know that fossils are, the remains of the animals that just are kind of embedded into stones and into rocks and things like that, okay? Archaeologists nowadays are people who are kind of history hunters, they're called, and they'd be looking for things like fossils and things like that as well for clues from the past. So this is the fossil of the ichthyosaur, okay, that she found. So you can see it there, and obviously that is, that's not true size. It's bigger than that, because this is actually, so like that's just a picture of it. It like I'm saying, it's not the real size. This is what the size of a human would be like up against the ichthyosaur. Okay, so they were huge. And here we have a little box. Fossils are the remains or traces of plants and animals that are over 10,000 years old. So they are ancient. They are so old. Okay, now because I know for a fact, because tomorrow's page is going to be looking at fossils as well, I know for a fact that lots of people are going to be very interested in learning more about fossils and all of that. So what I've done is, in the extra work column, I've included some more work to do with this. If you'd like to do it, again, same as what I was saying with the bird page yesterday, only if you're interested in it. It's only if you want to. It's only if you have the time. It's only if your mum or your dad says it's okay to do it. Okay, so there's going to be more work to do with fossils and fossil hunting and things like that on that page. Okay, so what we do have to do on this page is that we have to write a small little diary entry. So it's only very short. And it says that imagine that you are Mary Anning and you have just found the ichthyosaur fossil. Write a diary entry about the discovery. So you're going to be writing down here how you're going to pretend that you're Mary Anning, and you're going to pretend you're writing your diary the day that you found the fossil. So you're going to be saying things like how you feel, where you found it, what you thought it was. Remember now, she thought that it was a crocodile, so you're going to kind of mention that in your diary, that you thought you found the fossil of a crocodile. You're going to put in, was she delighted to find it? Was she excited? Was she curious? Okay, so it's only short, it's only a couple of lines long. So you're just going to write what you think she would have wrote in her diary that evening. Okay, now this is interesting. I didn't know this until I read it in this on this page a couple of minutes ago. So the tongue twister is like a little rhyme or a little saying that's hard to say, and they call it a tongue twister because it's hard to get our tongue around it. Our tongue finds it hard to say because our tongue has to do lots of movement to say it. So the tongue twister, she sells seashells on the seashore, is actually about Mary Anning. So I didn't know the origin of the tongue twister, but now I do. Okay. And how fast can you say it? So it's easy to say it when you say it slowly. She sells seashells on the seashore. But if you say it again and again and again, and you get quicker and quicker and quicker, it gets much harder. Okay, so try it out. All you have to do is read through this, write your little diary entry, And if you are interested in doing more work about fossils and that kind of stuff, have a look in the extra work column, okay?